All right, guys, welcome to the stream. Today's song is Market Maker's Game. The market makers love playing games with us, so here's a song, Market Maker's Game. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, bingo, bango.
Welcome, trader, to my market. I'll make you rich, or take it all. Step in, rookie, look at the green, stacks on the screen, digital dream. Market makers whispering profits unseen. Buy the dip, flip quick, chase that gleam. But behind the bid lies the scheme. Market makers flashing Lambos and yachts, showing screenshots, fake gurus not getting caught. Everyone wins till they do not. Traders felt the hunger, hearts started to plot. Charting lines on the screen, support and resistance, traders building routine, liquidity pools where market makers hide the money making machines, sweeping highs, taking stops, market ain't clean. Traders now learning the trap, fake breaks the bait, run them up then liquidate. Now we see the tricks we calibrate, we ain't falling for the market makers game. Money don't move till emotion does, charts don't lie, they show what was. Fear and greed, that's what market makers love, but we stay calm. Intuition, quit and you lose it all. Now we trade with intuition, aware of the trading downfall. Small losses, big wins, balance and flow. Confidence rising, conviction grows. Compound the gain, never chase that show. Risk to reward, tight stops and play. Traders moving smart, the market makers sway. Still we grind each candle day. The trading downfall. Yeah, traders lost stacks, but we kept our mind. Flash crash test was a mastermind. Now traders see clear, design divine. Some traders survive, impossible rewind. It's not the fall, it's who stays aligned. Conviction strong, patience refined. Market reset, but that's the sign that wealth is earned through the grind. V-shaped recovery, traders bought that dip, now portfolio recovering, no longer sick. Risk and check, reward equipped, we won't get greedy. Selling orders in for the profit. Some traders rose again, they be learning, but we ain't playing their game no more. We wear the battle scars proudly and keeping score. About the fear when traders left their bags on the floor. Money don't move till emotion does. Charts don't lie, they show what was. Fear and greed, that's what market makers love, but we stay calm and trade with intuition.
That's right, guys. We got to trade with intuition. We really do, because we do not want to trade with emotions. You trade with the emotions, you, my friend, are the worst type of trader. Because an emotion trader is the one that gets picked on. We don't want to get picked on. That's why we trade with intuition. Here we go in 3, 2, and a 1. Let's go. All right, bingo bango. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Well, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. Special shout out to Dano Crypto. I love this dude. Dano Crypto is just as forwarded his people over here to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. So Dano Crypto, thank you very much. You're the best. You are the best. Once again, my name is Joe, also known as Trade Intuition, where we show you how to successfully trade without all the complicated terms, pattern memorization. We break it down in the most simplistic form. Now, is trading easy? Nope. However, we make trading not as difficult. We show you what's really there and not what you want to see to be there. That's very important. All right, moving on, guys. Let's say hi to the chat. We got Steve in the house. Steve is first. Thank you, Steve, for being here. Appreciate you. We have Chris in the house. Thank you, Chris, being here. If you did come over from Dan O Cryptos, make sure to put Dan O Crypto Raid in the chat. I would appreciate that. We got Chris in the house. What's up, Chris? Appreciate you very, very much. And of course, Dan O Crypto is here saying, send them over. I love it. I love it. Very nice, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Let's go ahead and close this one out. Don't you see that one? I have this down here, and then I also have this. Very nice. Showed up. All right. So right now we're looking at the crypto bubbles. On the crypto bubbles, we have on the daily, Zcash coming down. Well, remember, what goes up will come down. What goes down will go up unless it's a rug pull. That's one thing that we have to remember, that if it's a rug pull, then more than likely, well, it's not going to come back up. So just kind of give you a heads up on that. All right, XPL is down. We did trade this one a few weeks ago, and it did really nice for us. And then it wasn't looking too hot. And right now it's also down 17%. Let's go to the hourly time frame. Doing the hourly. Ooh, ouch. Does this mean Bitcoin's going down? Right now, the alts are pegged with Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin comes down, the alts come down as well. If Bitcoin goes up, the alts go up. If Bitcoin comes down, well, then the alts come down harder. And that's what we've been seeing for the past several months. And what I'm waiting for is I'm waiting to see Bitcoin come down, the alts come down, but not as much as Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin is doing a higher high, I want to see the alts also do a higher high. Right now, they're doing a lower high. So hopefully all that makes sense. Of course, in the VIP, I'm keeping them up to date. If you are not a free member of Discord, sign up for it. Me personally, I don't like Discord. I prefer Telegram, and that's why I have my VIP group in Telegram, so that I can be updating them very often when the time is needed. But if you want some free content and go over to Discord, it's linked in the description. I also just put a new link in there, so if you have any issues, it should work. All right. What about the ASI altcoin season index? Let's refresh this. Today, 29, boring. Yesterday, 30, boring. Last week, 51. Last month, 71. No all season. No all season. Liquidation heat map. We're going to refresh this. We're going to look at the 24-hour time frame. On the 24-hour time frame, holy moly, we had this liquidation of 71 million, and it got liquidated. Then price went up, took out this liquidation. This is why it's extremely important. As we're coming down, we're creating liquidity towards the top side. As we're going up, we're creating liquidity towards the downside. So there is always liquidity to the top and the bottom of where the current position's at. So for all the liquidity traders out there, just know that if we break this level, we have a very high chance of hitting this 91 million, sitting right at 112,278. However, this is the key part of my whole level by level. We have to break this level in order to potentially touch this. If we break the level, does that mean we will touch it? Nope. And I love showing it every single day when we go right up to it. And let's say here's a yellow 90 million or whatever it is, and it almost goes to it, and then it comes down. Why? Because a lot of traders who trade liquidity are looking for that to be a target. Now, is it a target? Yes, definitely, of course. However, price can do whatever it wants and come down, get this liquidity to shoot straight back up. But if you're trading level by level, you're looking out for that. And nothing in crypto is a definite. So because it breaks this, and it's getting closer to this liquidation, the probability increases the higher the price goes. If you think about it, it just makes sense. We're getting closer to it. The closer we get, the higher probability we are going to touch it. However, it does not mean that we will. You have to have that thought process. It's very important. All right. So let me catch up on the chat really quick. We got Dave P in the house. Thank you, Dave, for being here. Thank you, Chris, for being here as well. Steve as well. Thank you so much for being here. I see here Joe's favorite. Thank you. I'm Joe's favorite today. Ha ha ha. Steve, you are my favorite. You're my favorite. Dave P, you're my favorite, man. Appreciate you greatly. We have Chris in the house. Chris, you are my favorite. Let's see here. Techman in the house. Techman knows it. He's my favorite. Daniel Crypto, my man. Of course, he's my favorite. Very smart dude. To me, and I say this all the time, I say, man, Daniel Crypto's a nut job. Absolutely love this dude. He's funny. He's entertaining. He's knowledgeable. He gives out news and everything else. So I love watching him. Anytime I have a chance, I'm always watching him. And then sometimes he does multiple streams a day. So make sure they have that notification bell on. Very important. Let's see, Joe, you should come on my show tomorrow. Definitely, man. Let me know. Let me know. Now, I do have something I'm doing tomorrow. Well, tomorrow's at 1. So tomorrow's show, I probably finish about 12:50. Give you a heads up. But Daniel Crypto, yeah, man. Reach out to me either on Discord or Telegram. Not sure which you prefer. I think you prefer Discord. But yeah, man, I'd love to be on. And right now I'm trying to set up my restream so I can start doing collabs. And then of course I'll have you on my show, and then I have Tradefly and BC Poor Corp and Army Piper and all those other guys. Let's see here. Very cool. Can you join the show tomorrow? Yeah, definitely. Let's see here. What are you smoking, Joe? What are you talking about? My eyes red? What are you talking about? French toaster in the house. Oh, because you're a cool dude or what? No, I think you are. I think you're super cool. Love your stories too. All right, let's get started. Joe, focus. Today's going to be a serious... I don't like doing serious shows, but today's going to be kind of serious. Let's look at Pumpy. So on Pumpy, we're looking at this one. We're saying you could do an aggressive entry. I really wouldn't, but if you did, I would definitely close out my trade at 21% stop loss. Could we bounce off of this zone? Yes, of course, we bounced before. However, we can also come down a whole bunch. So because of that, I just closed out my trade. A safer entry would have the 4-hour candle close above this. This is a 4-hour candle, and we did not have it. So this is a smiley face. If we break below this zone, it's a sad face. What do we do? Broke below the zone, came up, retested this box, this zone. This was really important to identify key levels. And then it started coming down. Here, we looked at it again. And I'm saying, well, for a safer entry, we would need to break this level, 4-hour candle close above it. Then we get into the trade. However, this is what I think might happen. Now, do I think it'll come all the way down here? No, but I'm just illustrating lower highs, lower lows. Once we break a high, then we can enter the trade. What ends up happening, I couldn't draw this any better. Came down, curved up, and it's coming down, breaking the lows. This is what this is illustrating. So what we need to do is we just need to wait for something like this to happen. So that is that. Anything else I want to show? This one is Dog Go. For this one, we're saying this right here. And most of the times when I draw these out, like 99% of the time, it is prior to the price action actually doing it. Price was here. I was thinking that we might come down. I don't know what's going to happen. That's what's really important. Now, if I had a group to sell you, look at me, look at how smart I am, join my group, blah, blah, I'll show you how to do this. No. I don't have a group to sell you. Now, granted, I do have a VIP group that if you want, you can join it. There is a fee for that. You get access to me and the updates and everything else. But what I do is I show you how to trade. I show you my thought process here so I can make you money here. So I know what I'm doing when you're watching my shows here, so that if you choose to, help the company grow. Really, that's what you're doing if you join the VIP. You already know what I'm showing you, it works. Does it work all the time? No, of course not. But again, I have nothing to sell you. I have something to offer you, access to me and my group and my very talented team. Here, I'm thinking price may come down in here, possibly do a higher high. If so, we can enter the trade. What happens? Price retraces perfectly to this area, comes up. I thought we were going to do a higher high. It just went straight up because it is a very low market cap coin, 1.9 million. This is extremely important. I teach this all the time, especially in my VIP group, but I also teach this on YouTube. Market cap is important. If you don't understand market cap, if you don't understand the order books, you're going to be perplexed. You're going to be confused on why price is moving as fast as it does, whether it's to the upside or to the downside. I stress this, especially when we're entering trades for the leverage group, or for the, not leverage group, but for the VIP group, and we're doing leverage. But like, you don't want to use high leverage because it can go really move fast. Or maybe just don't use leverage at all. Here, it came down, went up, broke this level. Because it went up so much, I would think that it would pull back to about here. Now, here's another thing that I do. Whenever I'm showing you, I'm actually showing you in the moment versus, oh, I know it went down. This is where I would enter, 78% lower. No, of course I wouldn't. I'm getting nervous here. Here, I'm looking for an entry right around here, about 50% of the move. It went up, came down, broke below it. No, I'm waiting. Comes up. Now, again, this was drawn prior to the price action. Comes up, kind of goes sideways, then it shoots up. I'd enter here. Even though it went down, I'd enter here. Why? Because I don't know what's going to happen. All these other people who are out here trying to sell you a course, trying to sell you a boot camp, trying to sell you their VIP, Telegram, Discord, whatever platform they're on, they'll, no, I'm not going to enter here because they know what happened. Yeah, I'd enter here because we have a pretty good chance where we went up, went sideways, coming up, we enter here. More than likely we'll do this, maybe make a lower high, come down, and let's go. Moon mission. This is what might happen. However, we came right down. We went perfectly on this support. Now I'm getting a little nervous. If we break below this, I'm out. I'm out. Why? Well, because what we could do, and again, I don't know, even though I can see this part, I'm not looking at this part. I'm looking right here, right where I'm at. We could do this, trade in here for a little bit before potentially coming down and taking this. And we kind of took it here. Then we're coming up. So in order for me to long, I would need to do it here. It comes all the way down to take a little bit more. You know, market makers are greedy. Coming up, doing a lower high. Uh-oh. Now I'm seeing this high, lower high, lower high, not looking good. In order for me to long, do I enter here? Nope, I enter here because the levels are so close. Comes down, finds, well, I thought I found support. It broke a little bit lower, started coming up. Do I enter here? No way. Why? We have our level right here. Comes down, comes up to the level, like barely breaks above it. Do I enter? No. Why? Look at this straight up move. What's bound to happen? Potentially come down and then come up. Now we can enter. But it didn't do that either. It just went straight down. So again, the important part about following this channel is I show you how to trade in the moment versus what a lot of other people do. They show you after the fact. Or I call it, I have songs on this, hindsight hustler, replay millionaire. Look guys, right here, it got the liquidity and you want to enter here and here's our target and here's our next target. You would have won. Who entered the trade? Blah, blah, blah. Here's where we want to short for whatever reason. Here we want to long. We're in this range. Do you want to learn how to range trade? Well, I'll show you. I have a course on that. Join my boot camp. All they're doing is making themselves rich. I show you in the moment. I show you my stuff. You know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We take losses, but we also take wins. All right, so that's enough of that. Let's come over here to this. Ooh. Let me catch up on the chat, guys. Let me catch up on the chat. Let's see here. Daniel Crypto says, don't focus. Keep doing ADH, brother. Let's go. That's funny. Yeah, guys, smash the likes. Smashing the likes is literally the fuel to keep this channel going. You know, there's been times, and Daniel Crypto, he laughs about this too. Every times where the viewers are like really, really low. You might think, Joe, the viewers are low right now. I don't know, I haven't checked. But where there'll be very few people, and I'll be like, all right, guys, I'm done. Because like, I know how to do this. Like, I know how to trade. Like, I'm not, if I had something to sell you, well, then I'd be interested in, you know, keep on going. But I don't. So I was like, all right, see ya. Take care, bye. See you tomorrow. Same thing, and I used to do that for the likes too. I would say, guys, smash the likes if you don't, you know, because that's the fuel. And then I wouldn't see the likes go for like after 2-3 minutes. Okay, see you later, guys. Bye. And I leave. But I haven't done that in a long time. Let's see here. Yeah, let's get the likes up. Let's get it up stats. Let's go. JP says, I smashed the like button. Very nice. Daniel Crypto says, okay, Joe, you're coming on as my guest tomorrow at 11. First spot. Very nice. You're going to give people the TA section. Very nice. I do like that. What's tomorrow? What's today? What year are we? Today's Thursday, Friday. Okay, yeah, I can do Friday. That's good. On Mondays and Wednesdays, I do crypto coin mindset at 11. So yeah, I can be on your show tomorrow. And then whenever you want me on, man, just let me know. Like, I love doing this. I love giving my thought process. We're gonna get to Bitcoin in just a second. If you have any coins you want me to do, let me know. We're gonna put that in the list of charts we're gonna look at. And again, what we do is we show you how to actually trade versus spending 15 minutes or even longer showing you how you could have made money, how you should have entered. I call that the woulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda syndrome. Yes, I said woulda twice. The woulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda syndrome. Oh man, I could have done this. I should have done that. No, we don't do that here. We show you how you can make money. Not financial advice. Yeah. So I'm Eastern as well. See here. Hey, we got Crypto Changed Me in the house. Crypto Changed Me is a very good trader. Excellent trader in my eyes. He explains everything very simply. And dude is an absolute beast. And his YouTube numbers are going up. So if I have any admins in the chat, if we can please put Dano Crypto's link so people can subscribe and also smash the like and watch the videos. Same thing with Crypto Changed Me. If we can please put the link there. That way, of course, everybody can see what I'm talking about on these guys. Melissa in the house. What's up, Melissa? Appreciate it. Melissa says, I made it. Very happy. Very happy. Bitcoin. Let us look at Bitcoin. So yesterday we were looking at Bitcoin and we're talking about this. We're saying that, you know, some traders may see a head and shoulders. And for me personally, price was here. I'm thinking we might come up to do a lower high, come down, and then here's our decision point. Are we going to come up or are we going to roll over? Then I update the group. So here's one of the updates. I did this one this morning at 11. Very quick update, 42 seconds long, I'm guessing. And the price was here, barely entering this. And in this video, I say, man, it's not looking good. It's looking very weak. And let me go ahead and close this out. Let me just, my mouse sometimes, it's been acting up lately. But this is what I put for the caption or whatever. Bitcoin not looking good. Potential rollover. So I'm warning the group. Not only that, but I also put that in the free Discord. So I'm not trying to, you know, get rich off of you guys. You know, I do put some information in the free portion. I have a free portion of Patreon. Links are all in the description. Go to my link tree. It has all my stuff there. I'll post videos sometimes there. There's a really great place to have PDFs that I have, videos that help you learn how to trade and everything else. So definitely check out my Patreon page. All right. So here, price was up here. And I'm thinking, it's not looking good. Why am I thinking that? In that video, I explain. So VIP, you get all this thought process, boom, right away. If you don't have money for that, not a problem. Just wait for YouTube and I'll explain it. So in that video, I was explaining, it's not looking strong. I'm thinking a rollover, Potentially, I don't know. The reason I'm thinking that is because we needed to break this level. We needed to break this level. It came down, came up, trying to fight, couldn't do it, came down, came up, broke the level barely, came down, came up. It's this definitely very small range, not looking strong. Matter of fact, was it last night that I was talking about this on the Blockchain Brew? I think I was. And then sure enough, came right here, then it started doing this number. It's not looking good. So if you happen to watch that video and you were thinking about doing a short or maybe doing a long, based off of this video, you may have, again, not financial advice, you may have kind of deterred away from the longs, or maybe even moved up your stops on the longs or taking some profits on the longs. Right now in the VIP, we're only in one trade. We're only in one trade. It's an XRP trade. Only in that one. You don't have to be in 10, 20 charts or 10, 20 trades to make money. All you need is one. You know, sometimes we'll have where we'll do 1 or 2 charts a day. Then the next one set up, we might do 1. Then the next day we may do 3. And if all of them continue to run, well, then we may be in like 10 or 12 by the end of the week and a half. Sometimes we're only in 1 and we went 5 days without posting because it's choppy. We don't do the numbers game in our group. We don't do that. Thank you, Chris. You're the best. You are the best. All right, let's see here. Going down the list. Chris says, can you look at CAS? Yeah, definitely. If anybody has any coins, let me know. Let me know. Whenever I have coins at the very beginning, I tend to go fast. If I don't, I talk a lot. So we got CAS, Cardano, Popcat, and it's for Chris. Very good. Okay, going down the list. Going down the list. Very nice. And then if we can put Crypto Change Me's link in there as well, I'd appreciate you guys. All right, so here, what are my thoughts now? Ooh, not looking good. So my thoughts are pretty much still the same here, where we come down, we, maybe bounce here, come up, and then we break the level. So right now, let's kind of zoom out. Let's hide all of the drawings. Okay, so I can hide this. So this was the possible range that I was talking about, where we may come up. And again, we don't know what's going to happen. We react. We don't predict. We react. And there's a little bit of predicting, with my path tool. But again, I make sure to tell everybody, I don't know what's going to happen. Could it go and reach these things like to the T? Yeah, definitely. Could it go completely opposite? Sure, of course. There's a lot of people out there that they want to sell you a bunch of stuff. So okay, I'll take that off. So this daily level is not important to us anymore. And let's kind of just zoom out. So what I want to do right now is I want to clear up my chart. Very important. We don't need this zone anymore. So here, I'm going to hide it. This, I'm going to hide it as well. This little thing on here, I'm going to hide it. This right here, well, this one we don't need. This was very strong. This was daily. We found support, resistance, wick, resistance. Then here, kind of nothing. This was nothing. And then this was nothing. So this one, we're going to go ahead and take this off because we don't need this one anymore. And then for this zone, I still like this zone. This yellow we don't need anymore. This yellow we don't need anymore. And what we're doing is just clearing up the charts. Okay, so we still, we still have this zone. So I'll use kind of body and then the wick. So I'm using this wick. So this is our potential bounce zone. So let's go ahead and make this a bounce zone. There it is. And then let's go ahead and change the location to the right. Bounce zone. Okay. All right. So here's our potential bounce zone, anywhere from 107.3 to potentially 106. This is what I'm looking for the bounce. Now, just kind of looking at this, let's kind of just zoom out a little bit more. Have a lot of So, and if we look at I didn't even notice this, but on the 3-day, we have a bunch of stops right here, which almost corresponds with this level. So this zone is still important to me. We have a bunch of areas of potential bounces. We have this bounce zone that we just identified. We have this trend line, which is from here to, really from here to here. And look at that, it got respected here, got respected here. Of course, the flash crash on Friday went barely past it. And so there's a lot of areas for a potential bounce. If we do break through this area, I'm thinking possibly the lowest we might go is 103. Now notice my terminology: might, possibility, chance, could, versus what a lot of other mentors, it broke this level, it will go here. It broke the PLC, it will do this. It broke the value area low, it's going here. It broke the 50 SMA, it's going to the 200. Price can do whatever it wants. There's a higher likelihood that the price might go to the 200 SMA if it broke, certain levels. Speaking about SMAs, let's put on some SMAs. But I'm very particular when it comes to, my verbiage. So here we're going to do the 50, and this is the 200, and we'll do the 30 as well. And for the 30, I like having that nice and, so there's that. Right now, we are potentially right at the 30, potentially might find a bounce off of the 30 SMA. This is on the weekly time frame, which would also correspond to our bounce zone. And if we do come down, once again, I don't think we'll, 103 is kind of like a line in the sand for me. Let's go to the daily. On the daily, there's no divergence. I look at the histogram for the divergence, no divergence. On the daily, we're right at the 200 SMA, and we do love the 200 SMA. I don't see anything else. We're pretty low on the RSI. Let's go to the 4-hour. Any questions, guys? Questions, comments, concerns, issues with the thought process? We have our 4-hour time frame. Here, you can just see, and this is why I love doing top-down analysis, because as you're going higher time frames, you can see the trend easier. You can see pivots easier. You can see a bunch of just the bigger time frame so much easier. Then when you get into the lower time frames, you see all the noise, all the ups and downs. Right here, we can see that, man, like it was really having a hard time finding support here. Support, and it doesn't want to go, it doesn't want to bounce. This came down, bounce. This came down, just like a flat ball, didn't want to bounce, and then boop, came down. So I am looking for potentially, maybe the lowest is 103.3 possible. Joe, you've already said that. That's what I'm thinking. Now, what I would like to see is I would like to see a bearish retest. I want to gain strength in the probability that the price may come down. So what I'm looking at, something like this, where we come up, come down, go in this, come down here, and then potentially start going our way up again. So let's change this to white. Let's make this a 1. And let's do the opacity. Let's do this a 2. So this is what I'm looking at. Now, when can I be? So right now I'm bearish. I've been bearish for a long time. When can we be bullish? Well, we can be bullish. Shoot, man, when we break this, when we re-enter this, I call it, it's funny. Everybody has different names. There's spider lines, there's blood lines. I call this the power line. So I can try to sell you something, but I got nothing to sell. These are the power lines, the tipple. Trade intuition power lines. So what are they? Trend lines, that's all they are. Trend lines from the first cycle to the second cycle, wick to wick, candle body, they give us this range, and this range has been respected very, very nicely. Very nicely. So this is the reason, and you can see it better on the daily, but this is the reason why I really love this zone. Now, in this zone, and again, on the daily, just so we can see this a little bit clearer, we have this. Let's see, was it the daily? Pretty much. Where we have these there, maybe the 4 hour. I just want to show you this, guys. Where we can see the candle bodies stopping right in this area. You know, it did break above, it did break below, sure. But this is a nice little zone. You know, I don't want to have a big, you know, big zone. I want it to be nice and easy to look at. So here, this, for me personally, if we do break above this power line or trend line, whatever you want to call it, this is no longer important. This was important for a bounce. It did not do that. So we can take that off. So what I'm looking at, if we do come up here and break above our trend line, about 116.5, then what I'm looking at is something like this. In order for me to be bullish, come up, come down, come up, even though we're doing a lower high, here's our high, here's our lower high, we have the potential of continuing coming up, maybe coming back down here, maybe even to here, and then potentially doing this again, and now moon mission. So this is what I'm looking for. So let's move this over so it kind of aligns with this. So if it comes up here, am I going to get bullish? No. I know the altcoins might start doing well, but as soon as it pulls back, the alts are going to suffer again. That's my thought process. Questions, comments, concerns, issues, let me know. Chop suey. I haven't had pho in a long time. I want some pho soup. I need to look for that. All right, so right now, what do I think? Bitcoin looks, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if it came up to 110.3 before coming down. And we'll see. You know, tomorrow, when we check on this, we can see if my thought process was correct, or if we continued coming down and then just dumped. But right now, we are in a short. XRP, last time I looked at it, 11%. Our first target did hit. So now, for the VIP group, here's what I do for the VIP. So hold down shift to just bring it over and it doesn't move. You know, clicking on it, holding down shift. But what we do is we manage our risk. Managing the risk is the name of the game. So our first target was hit. And now what we do is we want to move our stop loss above this pivot. So now we would be in profit. And not only that, but we would be slightly in profit. You know, don't want to say we're in profit so much. No, we're slightly in profit. So it'll cover our fees and then some. So paste it. So this is our new stop loss. So this one is a risk-free trade. I'm also going into my VIP setup and XRP. I'm going to reply to this and we're going to do this right here. And then I'm going to show you kind of how it looks like. Then paste this. Okay. And then what I do is I copy the link, put it in here, copy the image as well, put it here, and then paste. Okay. So this is what it would look like. And paste it. So this is what it would look like. And then what I always do is I always reply to the previous message. That way it's very easy to follow the trade. There's a lot of traders out there that will just, you know, update without following. And for me, it's like, when did you make this call? Was this an accurate call, or did you not post it in the group, but now you're just updating it because you took the trade, you know? So this is what I always do. I want to show you that you can easily track the trades. All right, moving on. So that's that. Let's see here. Anything else? Anything else? I don't see any comments. I'm going to make sure. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Let's see here. So let's go ahead and get started with this. And this one, we actually traded this one yesterday on my live stream. Our first target hit. And then started coming down. And I'm thinking we're going to bounce here. And then it just kept on going. I actually tried this. And again, being very transparent. So again, I have nothing to sell you. We made money on this one. Started coming down. We tried to catch the bottom, which is very high risk. We tried to catch the bottom because you were taking this liquidity. We entered the trade, and as soon as we entered, boom, stopped out again. So this really doesn't. This is we actually got stopped out on this one in profit after our target hit. And then here, I think on the live stream we tried again to catch the bottom. Again, very dangerous. Just taking down this liquidity, no problem. And then we got stopped out. I said, all right, guys, that's it. That's the end of the show, blah, blah. When the price was here, I entered. Because, this one, it's moving. So I entered here, went, boom, got stopped out again. And then I think I entered here, maybe, because they're breaking these levels. And then, boom, stopped out again. So all the gains that I made from this went away. Did I need to share that with you? No. But again, I like sharing my wins and my losses. And what I was trying to do on two of the losses, which was the majority of the money, because, I put in some more money. It's like, oh man, it's going to bounce and bounce hard. Stopped out immediately. And I was still doing the 10x leverage when I told the viewers I'm gonna do 5x, and I didn't change it by accident, not on purpose, and boom, stopped out right away. But yeah, so here I was just trying to catch the move up, and it didn't. So all the winnings that I did here. So, and this is another thing too. Like whenever people post, they don't tell you the whole story. Maybe they entered 5 times and they lost, say, $500, but then they win. And then they win 300. They show you they're winning. Oh, I won $300. Look at my 80% gains or whatever it is. But they don't tell you that they lost 5 other previous times, losing $500. They don't. They want this. I tell you it all. All right, moving on. No chat. Did I put you to sleep? Put a 7 if I put you to sleep. Put a 2 if you're here. Put a 7 if I put you to sleep. 2 if you're here. All right. So let's go ahead and look at the casts. Let's look at casts. Let's see YouTube. Let's see here. Casts. And let's go to Blowfin. Okay. Casts. Ooh. So we haven't looked at casts in a while. So for casts, we were looking for price. Price was here, and I'm thinking we're going to come down, then come up. We want a 1 hour candle close above this level, and I think we would have done it too. No, here we wouldn't have done this one because it went straight up. So here we would not have entered. Would we have entered here? Let's go to the 1 hour. And then what I also do is I tell you the truth. If I would actually, even though I know it went down, I'd still tell you the truth. Again, if I had something to sell you, I might be very cautious. Not that I'll be lying, but I'd be cautious. It would be my best interest to tell you a version of the truth, because guess what? I want you to become a member. So I'm going to tell you what you want to hear. Now, would I have entered here? No. Again, it moved too much. Would I have entered here? This is nice. It went up, down, beautiful retrace, coming up, attacking this level. What I need to do is I need for the price to break this. The price breaks, oh man, but we have this level here. Still needs to break this level. So the price would need to break that level in order for me to enter. Because this level is really close to this level. If this was like 10% apart, then I'd do it here. But I'm pretty sure it's like 1%. So I wouldn't enter. Then it comes down. Am I doing a short? Not really, because I'm looking for the long. If I was looking for a short, this would have been the woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda area. This is our pivot. This is what we teach all the time. This is our pivot. Came down, tapped it, went, broke below it. We would short targeting maybe here, definitely here. I don't think it'll go here. Now, granted, notice what I did. I don't think it'll go here. We can obviously see that it went. I don't look at this to tell you what I would have done. I look at this, the current price action. Very important. See here. Crypto Jamie says he just longed Solana. Very nice. He just longed Solana. When would you invest $200 in Caspa? Okay, we can do that. When would I invest $200 in Caspa? So this is my thought process. Let's go ahead and delete our 12 drawings. Let's go and look at the daily. Caspa. Oof. Okay, so the keyword was invest. Little Caspa said, when would I invest? I'd invest it right now. The best time to invest is when it's down. And right now it is down. So this is the level that I'm looking at. And currently right now it's breaking the level. Do I think it's going to go lower? There's a really, really high chance. In order for me to think that it might go higher, it needs to break this level up here, which is 0.09920. Right now it's breaking below 0.05566, which leads me to believe that the potential of it coming down lower is good. Now is a good time, but then look at Bitcoin. Yeah, no, I think it's gonna come down lower. There's no doubt about it. But the best time is now, because let's just say, for example, for whatever reason, Bitcoin decides to give us 8% today. Maybe. So the president is going to be in the Oval Office today at 3 p.m. I put this in the VIP and also the Discord that he's going to be giving an announcement. Now, the announcement today may boost the market, and we might see 8% or 4 or 20 or whatever on Bitcoin. If that happens, I would hate to be, oh man, it's not looking good right now. I have $200 to invest. I'm going to wait to see what the news is. And then let's just say, for example, the news does this to Caspa. And I don't see it to way over here. It's like, oh crap, I could have bought it way down here. So what I would do if I had $200 to invest, I'd enter right now. Even though we're underneath it. This would be my blue. And this would be $100 investment. $100 investment. And today is October 16. And the time is, we can just say 1 p.m. We know it's Eastern. So let's go ahead and put this on the top. No, put this on the bottom. Let's make the font a little bit smaller. So I would actually enter right now. I do $100. And then now I'm looking for a lower entry. So my lower entry on Caspa would be good 25, 35%. Do I think that it'll come all the way down here? Well, it depends. Let's go from here. Ooh, 70%. Good Lord. What's the average that it pulls back? So I like looking at the average. So this one would put 50% from here to here. Ouch. Let's go from this one. From here to here, about 40%. Let's do, I don't like the scummy wicks. From here to here, 45%. So on average, about 45%, it pulls back. So now what would I do is I would set my lower entry about, I'll do 40%. 40% is good. So Alt J, and then here I would go to this and I would say add to investment $100. Hopefully it comes down. If it doesn't, oh well. But that's what I would do. Now, if the price ends up doing something like this, when could you enter? Well, you could add to your entry. You can cancel this one and then enter on the break of a high. Or you can just leave it down here just in case you get another flash crash. Or not a flash crash, but the market just dumps for whatever reason. So that's what my thought process would be. So that is for Caspa. And Chris, this also applies to you as well in reference to potentially entering. Right now, I do think it's going to come down lower. It does not look strong. I believe, as always, the children are our future. And this one, it looks exactly like, I forgot what coin it was. But we had a high, a lower high, a lower high. And then right now it's breaking this level. Let's look at the other one, Cardano. Yeah, news people. Let me see how many people are here. Okay, not bad. I was almost, all right, guys, I'm out. I was almost going to do that. Cardano, no trade. No trade. This was the other day. I forgot to put what date it was. But I'm assuming it was somewhere in here about a week ago. Where we were here. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't like it. It's not looking strong. We could, maybe it was here. This would be our target. This would be our stop loss. Very tight stop loss, 1.5%. Our target did hit, and then we would have been stopped out. But for me personally, it was a no trade. Just, I didn't like it. And then Friday, boop, flash crash. Nobody could see this coming. However, there have been a few YouTubers, and I've kind of called them out already. There have been a few YouTubers that knew it was going to happen. The signs were there. Blah, blah, blah. And get over yourself, dude. Get over yourself. I don't like calling out the people's names because they are pretty big in crypto, and I'm already ousted because crypto space, it is very political. I learned that. And I am the black sheep because I tell the truth. I tell the truth. People don't like telling the truth. For me, I have morals, ethics, integrity. I don't just say it, but I show it. And if somebody's doing something wrong, I will let you know. But Joe, you're bad mouthing them. I'm revealing the wool from your eyes. That's what I'm doing. Some people like that wool. It's a comfortable sight. It's nice and dark. They don't need to worry about anything. But what I do is I peel back the layer and I show you what these traders are doing and how they're doing it. And some, nope, I love the dude. He's my favorite, blah, blah. Okay, man. Like, all I can do is give you the message. It's up to you to receive it. It really is. All right. Techman says, I'm listening. Just working on my whatnot stuff. Hey, there you go. Look, Apple says, how long are you streaming today? Oh, today just for like another 10 minutes. Just that. Let's see here. I want to look at Solana too, since Crypto Change Me did a long. All right. So my thought process on Cardano, not looking strong. All these coins right now not looking strong. Now, due to the fact that we have the president speaking at 3, which is in 2 more hours Eastern time, these trades could reverse. They could dump, they could pump, who knows? So just keep that in mind. Let's see, what do I see? 4 hour, lost the level, coming down. Oh, this one's kind of tough. But Joe, don't you see it? It's a bull flag. We have a pole and we have this. I don't trade flags. I don't trade patterns. I trade levels. But don't you see? It's a triple valley top mountain Everest. Oh, I don't trade that stuff. Man. If it's gonna bounce, and this is a big if it's gonna bounce, right now is the time. Do I think it will? Very hard to say. It came down, went to the golden pocket. This is my golden pocket, 0.5618. I realized that the goalpost has been moved. This used to be the golden pocket. Now these new traders, they're saying the 618 and the 65 are the golden pocket. This is my golden pocket plus, also known as the hot pocket. Hot pocket. Yeah, this is my hot pocket. So we had to come down. Man, this looks like a perfect bounce right here off of the 618 coming up, and then it just boom came down again, looking very weak. Sold on the 3 minute. Awesome. Wes is asking for COAI. First time. Very nice. I do like it. So we'll do that. Lil Casper says 0.63. No idea what you're saying. It's going to come down there. Way down here to the 786. Possible. It's not looking strong right now. But Joe, there's a green candle. There is some bullish divergence. We have a low, higher low. We have a low, lower low. Bullish divergence is playing out. Market makers are driving up the coin, potentially. I don't know. I don't like it. For me, there's no definite way either way. What I would like to see is a few more hours to pass so that we can see if it does something like this. Watch you move. If it does something like this, where we do a lower high, come up here, and then boom. And then potentially start doing this. That is something I'm looking for. Or potentially this. Right now, I don't have a clear picture. Could you enter right now because it's tapping this liquidity, getting to this zone right here? Sure. But I don't trade like that. Not right now. When it's bullish and we had a retrace, yeah, sure, definitely do this all day. But right now, no. So for this one, I have to wait. Let's do PopCat really quick. PopCats. PopCats. Looks just like the other one. Holy smokes. West, I appreciate you. West, I'm not sure if you know this. I'm not sure if you know this. Whoa, that's loud. Calm down, people. Calm down. West, you are my favorite. You are my favorite. Thank you, my man. Appreciate you greatly. That does help support the channel, keeps the lights on, etc., etc. Let's see here, right here. Pretty much the same. Looking for this zone for a potential bounce. But at this moment, like, anything can happen. Here we were starting to look strong, but once we lost this decision point, we came down, we broke this. Now it's like, uh-oh. And then now we're kind of doing this little range, but now we're doing a lower high, high, lower high, lower high, losing momentum. So same thing with this one. We could easily roll over and then boop, pretty much like Bitcoin, how Bitcoin did. In order for me to be bullish on this, to take a long, I would definitely have to wait for it to break this level up here. We'll leave that in blue. So what you could do, again, none of this is financial advice. You could have an alert right here at 0.1806. Once the alert goes off, I guess we can do the 1 hour. The 1 hour candle needs to close above 0.1753. And we'll do it 1 hour. Before then, it's too risky to enter. Could you make more money than me? Definitely. However, my trade is less risky because here, you could get rejected here and come down. 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 So you have a lot to break through before, it coming up here. Now, for me, on the other hand, my alert goes off. I make sure that we found support here. I'm more than likely going to make profit much faster and a little bit easier because, well, guess what? This is a low volume node. Joe, how do you know it's a low volume node? You don't even have the indicator on. Well, there's no ups and downs. The ups and downs is which creates volume. This shows the amount of volume and the peaks of volume. Here, we just went straight down. So the chance, notice my wording, the chance of it going up without resistance is greater. It doesn't mean that it will, because we have other areas of support resistance elsewhere in the chart. But a lot of traders out there, I see that. This is a low volume node. It's going to go straight up to this. No, it's not going to go do nothing. So just give you a heads up. All right. So that is Popcats. We'd have to wait. Since we did a super chat, let's do the super chats. Can we check out CO? Yes, definitely. So COAI. And let's see here, looking for a small leverage scalp on low 5x. Okay, this one looks good. This one looks like a long. Let's go daily. Daily, up only. Ouch. 4 hour. We have major, well, I wouldn't say major resistance, but we do have resistance right here. And we have our key levels of support right here. Let's go to the 1 hour. 1 hour. Okay, looking good. We do have a bullish divergence playing out low, lower low. Low, no bullish divergence. Because this was the lowest point, which would be this. There was bullish divergence here, low and a lower low. Low, higher low. Bullish divergence played out, came down. Okay. Let's go to the 15 minute. 15 minutes. Pretty soon we're going to have bearish divergence, potential bearish divergence. We have a high, almost an equal to greater high. However, we have a high and the price action is way down here. So the likelihood of it going up to maybe this, to come down is pretty great. So let's go to the 5 minute. On the 5 minute, we do have bearish divergence playing out. High, lower high, high, higher high. We do include the wicks. So this right here on the 5 minute time frame, this is like the bigger picture of what might happen. Smaller time frame, I'm looking for a bounce already, you know, right around this level. So this would be my bounce area. Magnet tool. So we can go from here to potentially here. Now it's a little bit lower than I would like on my fib retracement. And we'll go from the low of this swing to the high. And that would put us right into our hot pocket, 61865, but into the golden pocket. I would like to see it bounce here off the 0.5. Right now, would I long? No. Would I short? No. I would definitely have to wait. For me, I do like trading on the 3 minute time frame, but for this request, it was on the 5 minute time frame. I'm also going to pull out my fib, my moving averages and my VWAP. I love the VWAP. VWAP is the blue dark line. We're right at resistance. The 200 SMA, the yellow, we're right at resistance. Let's take this off. It's too much for me. So I would like to see the 9 is the white, the 30 is SMA, the 9, the 30 is the 30. Joe, you're glitching. The 30 SMA is the orange, the red is the 50. So I do like the fact that it's in sequential order 9, 30, 50. And once we do the 200 underneath the 50, moon mission, in my opinion. But here, would I enter long? No. We have a greater chance of it coming down before going up. So what I think might happen, could it go up from here? Sure, of course, anything can happen. But I think we may come down here before going up. And then possibly fulfilling this. But so here's the thing too. What's the percentage? And you're doing a 5x leverage, I believe. Yeah, 5x leverage. So that would be 10% drawdown. So for me personally, if I'm gonna do a 5x leverage, I would really scale into this trade. There's a couple ways I would do this. I would definitely scale in due to that being 2% and doing a 5x leverage. I definitely scale in. We have the market makers potentially trying to push it down. We do have bearish divergence on the 5-minute time frame because now price is above this. But if this doesn't go down right now and price continues to go up, well, then there's no more bearish divergence. But I would think that it would come down. So what I would do is, if I'm going to long this, I would have I'd say right here. So I'm going to do this in blue. This is where my lower entry would be. So lower entry, scalp, 5x. So for me personally, I would not enter right now. This is where my lower entry would be. Copy, and I'm gonna do a few of them too. So this is really important to understand. You don't put all your money here. Again, none of this is financial advice. And I forgot to do. If we do pull back another, okay, almost 1.5%, I would do another clone. I would do another entry here. 5x. Yeah, this would be perfect. And then my stop loss would be here. So stop loss. So let's do this. Copy. And then the stop loss, I mean, that lower entry is not accurate. I just put that on there so that I have to do this twice. Stop loss. And then copy this one. And then paste. Okay. So these are my entries. Now, could it go up from here? Sure. And do I want to FOMO? No. I'll just wait for it retraces again. And this is where the patience comes in. So I'm actually going to do this setup. I'm actually going to take this. So we're going to go, and now I'm not entering right now. Very important. I'm setting this one up. Delisting notification. You are not allowed to place new orders on this opening position on COAI USDT prep now. Please close your position and cancel your order before the delisting time 10/17 at 7 UTC time. Very good to know. So this one I would have to close it by, in a few hours, I guess. So paste that. So that was a notification I had on Blochen. So I'm gonna say confirm. And then my stop loss is 16.711. My entry price 17.296. And then, did I do that right? Oh, we're gonna do this as a 5x leverage. Confirm. I don't know if it's gonna let me do it. Oh yeah, it does let me do it. Due to my I guess little amount that I would be putting in, it doesn't let me do a 5x. Let me see if I change this too. Yeah, I'm not willing to risk that much. So I'm going to change my 5x to a 2x. Oh, and it hit. Man, I'm just going to do market order. And it wants to take all my money. I can't trade this one. It wants me to put in more money than I want to put in. Let's go 2x. Yeah, I can't trade it. It wants me to put in more money than I'm willing to put in. For whatever reason, it's not letting me do it. But anyway, your lower entry would have hit, and your stop loss is right here. You have another lower entry here, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, so I think it's going to be a good setup. So here's the thing too to take note. The price was way up here, and it came down 2%. So this would have been, if we would have entered right now, FOMOing, automatically we lost 10%. We lost, 11%. So what we did in essence is we saved 11% from it having a lower entry and not FOMOing. That's what we did. And hopefully the lower entry does hit too. If it does, great. If it doesn't, if it just takes off from here, well then at least we're in the trade. What we need to do now is break above our 200 SMA and our VWAP, and then of course find that as support and then continue up. If we do pull back, then hopefully we bounce here and then not get stopped out. So that's my thought process. I do thank you, Wes, for that chart setup. Appreciate you. So let's do so. We'll come back into that one in a little bit. We're over our time. We are over our time. So let's do so. Okay, for a long, okay, nice break of this. This is kind of catching the bottom. Nice, where it came and took this liquidity. I like it. Nice break of this level. Great. This right here, does it freak me out? No. Am I going to panic sell? No. This is, it's retracing. This is what we want to see. We actually want to see a bounce right here. If not, just a little bit lower, 189.25 for a bounce. But this, I think, is a great setup. Let's go to the 1 hour, just kind of check it out a little bit more. So this right here, that's what this took. Of course, what we don't want to see is we don't want to see it get rejected off of our VWAP, which is the blue line on the 1 hour, and then come down for more of this. I think this is good. But just because we see red, like we don't freak out. We're, oh no, it was horrible decision. No, like this is a great setup right here. Break of this level. Boom, we entered the trade. We came and we took this. And now we went up to our 50 SMA on the 5 minute. Coming down, I would have liked to have seen a bounce off of the 30 SMA, but it's fine. Right now, I would like to see a bounce. So this is where I would like to see my bounce. Between now and here. So I would like to see the bounce. And then if not, if we do this, I'd get worried. If we do something like this, well, then of course, we get stopped out. I like it though. See here, if you've got time, Joe, look at Sol on 3 minute time frame, the definition of trading market structure. Yeah, I didn't even read that. And I just read it right now. Yep. And this is what we do. This is how we trade it. How would we have done this? It's coming down, breaking the lows. Okay, awesome. Do we want to long it? Well, we needed to break the high. It doesn't do it. Okay, now we need to break this high. It doesn't do it. Okay, now this is really nothing. Coming down, coming up. Okay, now we need to break this high. And we're just patient. Could it roll over here? Yeah, of course. It can do whatever it wants. But we have a higher likelihood that it might come up. We broke the level. Here's where we enter. Did a beautiful retest, came up again, we can add to our entry here. Coming up, beautiful. Maybe you're taking profits depending on how much margin and leverage you have. It coming down, that's fine. Let's go and use our fib extension from our low of this move to the high right there. I would like to see it pull back here, the 382. If not, 0.5 is fine. And then this is what I would like. This is what I would like to see. This right here. If it comes down into the golden pocket, I get a little nervous because then this could happen where it retests the golden pocket or retests the 618, breaks the 786, continues down. But I like it. It's a great setup in my opinion. See, your 5x leverage is a bit too scary for me on that coin. Yeah, I agree. Crypto changed me. Beautifully said. So, and that's what's kind of what you were seeing on my end when I'm like, oh no, it's too high. And no, and then even with a 2x leverage, it wanted me to trade with more money than I was willing to trade. Great setup. However, you know, we have to take that risk management into play. Too risky for me. Do I think it's going to be a winning trade? Yes. However, it would put more pressure on me to where I wouldn't trade logically. I would trade emotionally, because then if it does go down, I was like, oh man, I'm losing 100, 200, 1,000, whatever it is. Like, let me just close it. And then right when I close it, of course, because I close it, well, now it goes up and it gives me 10 grand or $10 or 10 cents, you know, depending on how much money I'm using. But yeah, so I don't know what the market cap is on this, but you can see that just that little move was 2%. That's a lot. And then just be very careful. But here, I do think that this is going to be a nice trade. Hopefully you win, man. Hopefully you win. So here, thank you, Crypto Change Me. I appreciate your vision, sir. Yeah. Thank you for TA. You got it. Bounce on the 0.5. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, guys. Well, that's it for me. I do greatly appreciate you. Let's see who else is streaming. You guys are the absolute best. And thank you to Daniel Crypto for bringing his people over here. I greatly appreciate that. Let's go to edit. Let's go to customize. Let's go to redirect. And let me see here. Oh, wait, stay with the chat. Crypto Jamie says, yeah, it's all about risk management. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Like, you could have like just the most amazing boot camps and selling courses and thought process and everything. But if you don't have the emotions in check and you don't have risk management in check, like, you can blow trades every single day. And then all the new members that you get, you're just blowing that money, trying to trade, trying to show people that you know what you're doing, but then you're just constantly losing. So you may win, because again, you could be flipping a quarter and, oh, it landed on heads today. Oh, it landed on heads today, you know, or tails or whatever it is. But this, what I'm showing you is the way I trade. Do I win? Sure. Do I lose? Sure. You know, and I tell you about the losses. I told you about this one earlier, where I kept on trying to catch the bottom. 2 times I tried to catch the bottom, and that took away the majority of these gains. And then I tried again, you know, once it broke structure, you know, hopefully I'm catching, you know, it wasn't as risky, but it still came down. I was like, oh man. Then I tried it again. I think I tried this one like 4 times after I had that really nice win. And the first 2 times, because I was trying to catch the bottom, I thought it was really high potential that it might bounce up really good. I put in more money. And then when I lost, you know, I took off the majority of this on those 2 trades. And then again, but if I had something to sell you, I wouldn't talk about that. Why would anybody? That's embarrassing. Joe, you're teaching us how to trade. No, I'm trying this. I was trying to catch very risky trades here, and I think here too. And it didn't work out. So I'm showing you the reality of trading. We win, we lose. Okay. So who are we gonna move forward to? So here we got Dutchy in the house. What's up, Dutchy? Blockchain Brew in the house. What's up, man? Well, let me put this back up. Yeah, risk management is very important. Let's see here. Mark Dutch says first. Yes, Mark Dutch, you are the first one to call first. Mark Dutch for the win. We got Wix Wide in the house. What's going on? What's going on? Blockchain Brew in the house. What's up, man? I made it a little late. Oh yeah, we're actually 20 minutes over our time. So we normally go live Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard, Saturday and Sunday at 4. Very important. In this video, I did talk about the emotional trader. I did talk about risk management. We talked about, Bitcoin, what I'm thinking might happen, and of course, just how to enter trades in general. So that's what we did on this show. Smash the like, hit that subscribe bell. Thank you very much. See here, let's raid cones. Oh, okay. Thank you. Let's see here. So let me look out for him. So I do not do, I call it the ABC 1, 2, 3 Sesame Street theory, which is the Elliott waves. However, if there is anybody that you should watch for Elliott waves, is this man right here. His name's Coons. And the first time I saw him was, I believe, on Crypto Prince's channel. Dude is really smart. He gets it. He can explain it very clearly, not using all these crazy terms or stuff that you have to memorize. Now, granted, there is a skill to the Elliott waves. So we're going to go over there. He does not know me as T.I. Joe or Tracer Joe or whatever. So please say Trade Intuition Raid. Let's see if we can say our name. Trade Intuition Raid. I do thank you guys very much. And thank you. Who was that? Was that Mark Dutch that gave us that? Yeah, Mark, thank you so much for recommending him. We're going to go over there right now. I do thank you guys very much. We'll see you in the next video. As always, do not feel like you have to be in a trade all the time. Don't worry if you're seeing traders doing this number, because all they're showing you is their win and not all the times they lost. So that's very important. I do thank you guys, very important. Trade with logic, not with emotion. We'll see you on the next video. And until then, as always, let's make this money. Take care, guys.